Do you understand the importance of the buyer's journey? Do you understand the importance of not only understanding it, but knowing where your ideal client is on that buyer's journey and how to take them from being on that buyer's journey and turning them into a lead? Let's talk about that today. Hey, welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. So the buyer's journey, it's a tricky thing to understand, but it's important if you're going to develop relationships with your customers so that regardless of where they are on that buyer's journey, when they become a now buyer, you want them buying from you. So on the buyer's journey, putting this in condensed form, let's talk about it. There's the point where someone's not even thinking about buying. Then there's the point where buying something they're looking at, they're starting to think about who they're going to buy from. And then finally, there's the point where they're a now buyer. They're ready to buy. But that point of when they become a now buyer, that's less than 1% of your total market that you're looking at. So how do you know where your customer is on that buyer's journey? And if they're not at that now buyer stage, how do you still keep a relationship with them so that when they become a now buyer, they're going to be coming to you? One of the ways that I often see this playing out is when I'm working with a new client and they've had a successful or unsuccessful business for quite a while. One of the first things I'll do is ask them to tell me about their website. And more often than not, they've got a website because that's what you do when you own a business, right? You're supposed to have a website so people know how to find you and all that. But so many times I'll say, okay, not only did you just spend 20 grand on developing that website however long ago, but tell me how many people came to it last month. Most of the time they don't know. So, well, let's look at it. Okay, you had 10,000 people come to your website last month. How many of those people bought from you? They don't know. From those people that didn't buy from you, how many of them do you continue to have a relationship so when they become a now buyer, they're going to come back to you? No idea. So the reason I want to talk about this, well, it's an important thing to talk about because people need to understand it, but it came up through a few conversations because yesterday I was talking about building your personal brand. I was talking about building your reputation, and I was talking about authority marketing. And a lot of that comes down to developing your lead generation pages. So that's what I want to talk about, developing those lead generation pages and the importance of them and what they do. So this could be a whole course in itself that could last all day long. So I'm going to condense it a lot. And if you do have more questions that you want to learn about this, just reach out to me and we can talk about that, because this is such an important part of the whole buyer's journey and the sales process and all those things. So let's look at it this way. If a buyer comes to your site, they're looking for information. They're not ready to buy. They have no intention of buying right now. If they get there and they're like, you know what, this is a great business, they do great things, they have exactly what I want, but they're not buying for a year, you have no idea if they're going to come back to you or not. But if you have something on there that you can offer them some free information, something free of value, that they can say, you know what, that is something that I really want, that is something that would help me now or in the future. So for example, I talk a lot about my mindset journal. It's something that I use with all my clients to help them be more productive, to kind of prime them for the day, and to just everything have more of a growth mindset. A big part of that journal are my mindset questions. So if you don't want to get my journal, but you understand the value of those mindset questions, I don't want you to leave and never come back and think, you know what, that would have been cool to get that journal and understand those mindset questions. You can go to jeffheggie.com/mindset and you can get a PDF of the mindset questions that you can put into your daily practice, that you can have as part of your daily routine, just like the journal, but you're doing it on your computer, on the PDF, whatever you want to do. But what does that do? That allows me to continue a relationship with you, because to get those, you're giving me your email address. Now, we can spend other times talking about the whole email marketing sequence, because part of that is, if as soon as you give me that email, I just start spamming the heck out of you with stuff that isn't adding value, that isn't of interest to you, you're just going to unsubscribe right away. And some people are going to anyways. But if I can continue to add value, we can continue to build a relationship. Then at some point with whatever it is, maybe it's the mindset journal, you become a now buyer. We've created that relationship and you're going to buy from me. So just looking at it from different aspects. Let's say you're promoting your business. You go on to a podcast to promote your business. And this is when we got talking about authority marketing. You go onto that podcast, and at the end, the host says, you know what, this was great. Love what you shared with us. It's very valuable for our listeners. Where can they find you? And you give them your Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Jeff Heggie Coaching. End of story. Yeah, some of those people that are listening might go and find you and follow you on Instagram, which is great. But what would be the difference if you said, you know what, I've got a free offer for your listeners. You can go to jeffheggie.com/mindset and they can get my mindset questions for free. No obligation, get my mindset questions. Start implementing into your day tomorrow. You can start doing those things as soon as you wake up tomorrow morning. Prime yourself for the day and have a fantastic growth mindset day. That way, I have the opportunity to continue a relationship with you. There's a lot of different things that we do with authority marketing, whether it's writing articles, being published, being on podcasts, having a book, all of those things. For us to develop a relationship with a client that we can be top of mind when they become a now buyer for our product, we've got to be able to do something more than just getting in front of them once and them never hearing about us again. So think about that. Think about what you're doing in your marketing right now. Are you doing anything that allows you to continue a relationship until that client becomes a now buyer? Are you doing anything that allows you to continually add value to that client? That buyer's journey can be a long, long road. I was talking to someone just this last week, someone I work with, and they're talking about a new client they had, that they first made contact with them over a year ago and didn't realize that they were going to eventually become a now buyer. But it took a year for them to get to that point. But they added value to them throughout that year. They weren't spamming them, they were adding value, and eventually when they become a now buyer, that's who they came to. Again, if you want to learn more about lead pages, about how we develop them, all of those things, there's a lot behind it. So feel free to reach out to me, Jeff at jeffheggie.com. But thank you for being with me. I'll be back tomorrow. I've always known that accountability is important, and I thought I was pretty good at it. But it wasn't until I started to work with an accountability coach that I realized the true impact of accountability. Hi, my name is Jeff Heggie, and I want to tell you about our Jumpstart calls. These are quick 10-minute daily calls with other high achievers who are growing and transforming together. If you're serious about your goals and you want to achieve more in the next 90 days than you have in the past year, this is something that you really need to pay attention to. What you are doing is important, and this is a group that's here to help support you in all of your success. Our Jumpstart calls are designed to help you create and sustain consistent momentum in your life and in your business that will ensure that you hit your goals. It's easy to get tied up in the urgent things every day, but when you commit to focus on the important things, you can move mountains. You're going to grow with us. We're doing this together, and it's important. A simple 10-minute commitment each day is going to change your life. So if you're ready for a jumpstart, come and join us. We're going to win together. Go to jeffsjumpstarts.com. Og Mandino said that the difference between those who have failed and those who have succeeded lies in the difference of their habits. Good habits are the keys to success. Many of the habits that'll bring you success in life are easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. I developed the Mindset Journal so that I could easily implement powerful success habits into my daily routine. The power of the Mindset Journal comes from knowing your top priorities and scheduling them into your day. The power of the reticular activating system and its relationship to your goals, your mindset questions, and your daily accountability. So if you want to implement some quick and effective success habits into your daily routine, go to jeffheggie.com/mindset journal and get yours today.